What is up, guys? DC here, and if you followed me in 2014, you probably know that I used to be obsessed with spirits. I played them for like 5 months straight, and every single video I posted pretty much had to do with them. Unlike a lot of YouTubers, I don't update like my favorite decks every time there's a new format or a new set or something, just for the sake of uploading them. I only really update them if there's like a serious update that needs to happen. I'm not really digging for views from the fans, but anyway. I love spirits. I haven't updated them in 10 months, and prior to that, it wasn't for like another year. I played them pretty much all of February 2014, all the way up to Duelist Alliance. So it's quite a bit of time, and I play a lot of different incarnations of the deck. I know this deck really well, but we're going to get right into it. So before we get into like the monsters, what you have to know about spirits is that they get their effects when they're normal summon or flip face up, and then during the turn the normal summon or flip face up, they go back to the hand. They also can't be special summoned, but luckily their effects are pretty powerful, and none of them are limited to once per turn because of this sort of effect. So we can abuse mainly Nikitama, which I'll get to in a second, a lot of times in the same turn, just by sort of taking the downfall that it can't be special summoned and whatever. But anyway, we're playing 3 Artama. This guy's effect is he's basically just a Stratos for spirits. He searches a spirit from the deck. Nikitama, this gets you an extra normal summon during the turn. It's normal summon or flip face up. But more importantly, if it's sent to the graveyard while you control a spirit monster, you can draw a card. You can use that as many times as a turn as you want. It gets its effect when it's sent from anywhere. Deck, exceed, monster, hand, field, whatever. It can't miss timing. So it's basically amazing in that sense. So that's our core engine. When I played this deck however many months ago in 2014, I mainly just played these 7, these 6, and then Yaksha. So Yaksha, when it's normal summon or flip face up, you can bounce an opponent's spell or trap card back to the hand. Right now, this is only really good against Monarchs, bouncing to the field spell, but I still feel it warrants a spot, just because it's 1900 attack points, and we want just options when we're searching. We're also playing 1 Izanami. Izanami lets you discard a card to add a spirit monster from your deck or from your graveyard back to your hand. You can loop 2 Nikitamas with this and just draw a bunch of cards over the course of a couple turns, or you can just add back whatever you need. I'm also playing 1 Dark Dust Spirit, so I used to not play this card back when I played this deck, but I think it's good now. It's really good against Pepe, because Pepe lots of times sets up a board of like Rafflesia and Nightmare, and then like maybe an Ignister and a Dinosaur or something like that, and you can just summon Dark Dust Spirit and blow up everything. It's pretty funny, actually. Against Cosmo, this card isn't terrible. A lot of the times we can set up a Dweller and summon this, so we're usually fine that way. So then your opponent can't banish any of the ships or anything, but mainly this is for Pepe. It's also pretty against Monarch, because it's a tribute summon monster, so then their field spell doesn't do anything. So that's it for the spirits. There's 9 of them. A little bit more than I used to play, but I think Izanami and Dark Dust Spirit are finally like good again, so I think we can play those. We're also playing 1 copy BLS. So when I used to play this deck, the cool combo was making Lavalval Chain with Nikitama and detaching Nikitama to stack the BLS, and the Nikitama would trigger and you would draw the BLS, and that was like the coolest play ever. Basically could Rota any monster in your deck, but Lavalval Chain is now banned, so we can't do that. Still, BLS is extremely powerful, so we'll play the 1 copy. We're playing a small warrior engine, so we're playing Photon Thrasher. He's a light monster, he's pretty cool. I use him in a lot of deck profiles, so I'm pretty sure you guys know what he does by now. And also 2 copies of Heroic Champion Exalt Halberd. Don't know why that was so hard to say. He's pretty cool. I used to play Kage Tokage in this deck, but I think it's a little too slow for that now. This guy, both of these cards are basically just Kage Tokages, because a lot of times the setup you want to have is any level 4 monster and then a Nikitama and an Aratama, so you can overlay the Nikitama and level 4 monster for rank 4, detach your materials, and then draw for Nikitama because you control an Aratama, and these cards help you with that. You have to forgive my sniffing. I've been pretty sick all week. Anyway, 1 Trick Clown and 1 Hat Tricker. So Damage Juggler is banned, unfortunately. Well, probably fortunately, it's probably good for the game. But for this deck, kind of sucks. But anyway, we do play the Trick Clown because we are playing Brilliant Fusion, and we don't always want to send Nikitama. That play already is pretty cool, though. You can, like, summon an Aratama to add a Nikitama, and then basically you Brilliant Fusion sending Nikitama to like draw a card, and then you can summon the Nikitama in your hand, and then do a whole bunch of stuff. But sometimes you don't want to send Nikitama, you want to send Trick Clown, so we're playing the one of. And Hat Tricker is just kind of like another Kage to Kage type card, but unlike Thrasher and unlike Heroic Champion Assault Hellbird, you can actually control monsters when you have Hat Tricker, or when you need a special summon Hat Tricker, so it's kind of different that way. It's fine as a one of. You really don't want to draw multiples, but it's whatever. 2 Garnet for the Brilliant Fusion, and then a whole slew of hand traps. So we're playing 2 Max C, 2 Effect Failure, and then I'm playing 2 Speed Roid Menko. As I just told you, the play you want with this deck is really to have a Nikitama and Aratama on a level 4 monster. Speed Roid Menko does that by stopping your opponent's battle phase. Well, not technically stopping your opponent's battle phase, but basically stopping your opponent's battle phase. Putting some monsters in defense position, which helps you run over like ships with Dweller and stuff, which is kind of neat. But it's level 4 monster, and it start your turn on level 4, so that's really cool. And then these guys are just good in general. I don't really like Ghost Ogre in the main anymore, so we're not playing that. Onto the spells, we're playing 3 Brilliant Fusion. I mean, we're playing the Garnets, so probably want the Brilliant Fusions. 2 Creature Swap. This card's really fantastic right now. You can give your opponent Spirit Monsters, take their ships and shit, and then the Spirit Monster, if you don't run it over by battle, bounces back to your hand during the end phase, so then like your opponent gets nothing and you get their ship. The main combo with this is you go Nikitama Aratama Creature Swap, and then when you run over the Nikitama by battle with whatever you take, you draw a card because you control an Aratama. Might even consider playing 3 of those, honestly. We're playing 1 Rhoda, 1 Twin Twisters. I couldn't find space for 2, so just the 1. Then 1 Regeki for getting over ships. Ships are kind of annoying. Trap cards. So there aren't a lot of great trap cards in the game right now. I mean, it's just not like when I used to play this deck, and like Phoenix Chain was good, and like Break the Skill was good, and like Mirror Force and Deep Prism were good. But we do have Silent Strikes. Like that's probably like the best, inarguably, the best trap in the game right now. That's not limited. Generic trap, I guess. Might be some better themed base traps. But anyway, Silent Strike's really fucking good. Play that card. Mind Crush is okay. So Mind Crush is good when they banish after Tin Can searching. It's also good when your opponent reveals a Monarch with a field spell to reduce its level. You can just Mind Crush it. It's pretty good when they use the Light Monarch on your turn to try to tribute summon it, and you just chain Mind Crush, and they can't do that. That kind of screws up their play. Just in general, this card is pretty good, so I'm going to play it. Like I said, there's not a lot of great traps right now. Mirror Force as a one-of, just to make when you have a Dweller up, or just to activate when you have a Dweller up to get over Cosmo shit. 1 Break the Skill, pretty cool. Then probably like 2 actually good traps are Warning and Emptiness. So that's it for the main deck. We'll get onto the extra deck here. I don't have a side deck made, unfortunately, but the extra deck has some pretty cool stuff. So let's take a look. 2 Dweller. I think Dweller is necessary at 2 in any rank 4 deck right now. I just feel like you want the second one so that when they kill the first one, you have like a backup copy. So we'll play the 2. 1/1/1, that's pretty standard. 1 Diamond Direwolf to pop some back row. You can also pop your own Castel with it. Speaking of, we're playing the Castel. Castel is probably the best rank 4. Maybe Dweller surpasses it right now, but Castel is pretty fucking good. Playing 1 copy of Fairy Cheer Girl. This is a classic card from the days of the spirits of Ye Olden Year. That was like the most awkward sentence ever. Anyway, Fairy Cheer Girl, you make it with 2 fairies. All the spirits except for Aratama are fairies, so you can make it with like 2 Nikitamas, or a Nikitama to Yaksha, or a Nikitama and Izanami. And then you can detach material to draw a card. So basically, you do this when you have like a Nikitama under it, so then you draw 2 cards, and it's pretty big, pretty good card, and a pretty big swing in momentum. 1 Diamond Crab King, just to crash into ships when we have Dweller up. 1 Daigusto Emerald, really key for recycling back a lot of our stuff. I don't really want to play Jar of Avarice because I don't feel that card is that great right now, but I think Emerald is fine. 1 Trapeze Magician. This is really hard to go into because you basically need the Hat Tricker and the Trick Clown, but I did find myself needing it those times you have like Brilliant Fusion and the Hat Tricker, so definitely should play this. 1 Masquerade. This is really good for pushing through ships. you can easily put 3 monsters on board. You might not get all of your Nikitama effects, because you won't. I don't know if you can put like 4 monsters on board. Like, you can sometimes, but not all the times. But for pushing through ships, this card's pretty fucking good. We're actually playing 1 copy of Super Quantum Mech Beast Erebos. Who cares? Basically, this card is a Maestroke, but it gets around the Super Quantum big guy. That's like a Towers, and I really hate that guy. So we're playing this just specifically for the reason to out the big Super Quantum guy. We're also playing 1 Utopia. Not just because Utopia is shitty, but because Utopia the Lightning came out. I think it's legal now. Yeah, I think it was legal March 1st. I guess it wouldn't be legal today then, but it's legal tomorrow or some shit. Anyway, this card goes up to 5,000 attack and is an Armades, so this gets the fuck over ships really well. So I like that guy. And then 2 copies of Dynamite Seraphonite. If you're looking to edit this deck at all, one change that you could make is adding instant fusions for Norden. You can't bring back the spirit monsters, but you can bring back like Menko, you can bring back Garnet, and you can bring back a probably summon Thrasher. You can bring back the 4 mages in the challengers. You can't bring back any of these guys because it can't be special summoned, but it's definitely something to consider. That'd give you a little bit more attack power, but then you have to cut probably some of the trap cards. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this deck profile. I'm super excited to play Spirits again, just as like a casual deck while I'm testing more competitive things. But overall, really fun. And I guess I'll see you guys later. Bye.